Get me here, there, not that. Uh-oh, wrong button. See if I can get the right button. It is the right button. Okay. Alrighty then. Let me see. I get my commentary comments going right there. How y'all doing this evening? It's a little late for a broadcast. I'm a little tired, but took a break this weekend from the nonsense, from the empire of the world, to spend a little time with my boys. That's not them boys. No, I wasn't spending I wasn't spending no time with them boys. Boy, them boys ain't playing. But that's you. We're gonna get into that. Can y'all hear me good tonight? Hey Kim, how you doing? Buddha Cat, Wanda, Mary. Who else is in there? Kathy, Sienna, how y'all doing this evening? Can y'all hear me well? I got a big mouth, so usually y'all can hear me, but let me make sure. It sounds a little fuzzy. Ooh, really? That stinks. Uh-oh. Is it fuzzy? Is it still fuzzy? Okay, loud and clear one. Okay, sounding good. Okay. Maybe that was for a minute. I had to move my phone. I'm still working with my technology. This technology is something else. A lot of good conversations we're having today. And we're going to talk about some bad boys in the back because y'all know Sessions, he gave that speech today, boy. So so we're going to have to talk about that a little bit. We're going to have to talk about that just a little bit. Yeah. I love to start on a high note. Hey, Tatsu, how you doing, brother? Hey, listen, I didn't see you doing the belly dance, but I got to see that. So hopefully somebody got the video. We're going to have to say that. So, if you can't guess what I want to talk about, and it's not what I want to talk about, it's whatever was going on. That's what we'll talk about. But so Sessions gave his speech to, I guess it was the police. I'm a lie because I don't know who it was, but it was a whole bunch of police. It was a bunch of popos. It was a fraternal order. No, I'm stop. Let me stop. So he gave a speech to a bunch of police, and there were already some commentary. I was kind of looking at what people were talking about. You know, the feedback from his speech and what he was going to do. And I was going to give you my 2 cents. On the bad boys, we coming for the bad boys session. Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Sessions do something to you? I don't have anything that rhymes with that, so I'm gonna stop. All right, so let me get down to it. So once again, we're trying to arrest our way out of problems. We're going, we don't know what the hell else to do. So we just not going to look at history. We're not going to talk to no professionals. We're going to arrest our way out. So the biggest thing that he was talking about was the unbanning of militarization of the police. I was about to call them popos. Y'all have to excuse me. Sometimes I do that. Popo. Our brothers in blue. Our brothers in blue. Let me drink a little more coffee. The words aren't coming out right. Our brothers in blue and sisters in blue. So we're going to I guess we're going to go ahead and take down the ban on the military weaponry. And I can give you a couple guesses why. There was a report that came out that was talking about the politicians that all voted for the militarization of the police. They're all getting funds from defense contractors now. I wonder why. Why would the defense industry start funding politicians who want the police to look like this? So, so let me give you my base thought. My base thought has not changed, and my base thought is, and before y'all get to going and saying, oh, he's for the police, he's for the blue, or he's not for the blue. I'm not anything. I'm just watching what the hell is going on. So just bear with me for a moment. So, do I think it's a good idea to live in a society with guns everywhere? Obviously, I don't. And now somebody mad at me now. Oh, he's Second Amendment. You gonna infringe on our rights? I'm not infringing on nobody's rights. I'm just giving my belief. It is your American right to have all the weapons you want. I'm not in that argument. You know, I live next to people with all kind of guns. Good brother of mine. Oh, this my brother. Whoa, my brother. He got. This man has guns. We go to the range. He's got all kind of AK-47. He's got guns that just, it boggles the mind. I was shooting. I think it was an AR-15. And listen, if somebody ever pulls out an AR-15 on you, don't run. Don't. don't run, because you're not getting anywhere. All that stuff in the movies where you see the guys with the AK-47s and they're shooting and they're missing everybody and they're getting away and they're ducking and hot. Put that away. I think we were shooting at 1,000 yards. I pulled the trigger, and before I blinked, it already hit the target. So I tried again. I blinked. It already hit the target. Listen. So anyway, so I'm not against guns. I'm not against it. But I believe that in the society we live in, I don't want guns everywhere. I don't want them in the police's hands. I don't want them in Homeland Security hands. I don't want them in your hands. Now, I'm not going to vote to take them away from you, but I think that at a certain point in time, we should evolve enough as a society that we don't need things that are mostly designed to take human life. But I get that we're not there. So again, but here's the issue that I have. Anytime you arm people and you send them into neighborhoods where there are children, people are going to get shot. That's just how it happens. They're going to get shot. Now, you keep your gun in your house, in your gun locker or whatever, then, that's a whole nother thing. But doing this, that's the wrong finger. Doing this, that's not a good idea. Having a tank in the community, that's not a good idea either. And here was an argument that was posed to me by a brother on the thread. He said, well, we need our police armed in case the globalists show up and I guess Russia. I don't know. Is Russia coming? Russia might do it. Russia did it to something. And I get that. And everybody has their fears, so I don't go off on anybody's fears. This is where I stand. I don't think it's a good idea. However, Homeland Security I was just in Baltimore. Homeland Security got them. The FBI has them. The CIA has them. Everybody has all these weapons. And someone else has them too. These guys have them. Y'all remember this. Let me get this out the way. It's the thing of bad boys. We all good. We good boys and girls. Y'all remember this guy right here? This was the cat in North Hollywood with the other cat who decided to go down there and rob a bank, put on body armor, and kill a whole bunch of people. So the criminals got them. The bad guys have them. So everybody has guns and armor, but the police. I guess I can't figure out why, if everybody has them and the police who's supposed to be policing us don't have them, why do we think that scenario ends good? So, I don't want anybody to have any weapons. However, I'm not going to flip out. Uh-oh, hold on. I got some feedback. I'm sorry. But I don't. It's just the climate we live in. They're going to give the police the tanks and Kevlar and serious weapons, and I guess it is what it is. It is what it is. It's our climate. I think if you could take all the weapons from the government and the FBI and the Homeland Security and citizens and everything, then it makes perfectly good sense. But because everybody else has them, and I don't love the idea of it. Like, I don't like how that looks. I don't want to see a tank coming down the street. But I'm not in law enforcement, so I don't really have input on that. I think that if everybody else has them and these people are supposed to keep us safe, they probably should have them too. Probably. I know that's going to get me in trouble, but I'm just giving you my perspective. You can do what you want with it. I do prefer, though, examples that our brothers set across the pond. This is some police brutality right here, y'all. Y'all see this? I'm sorry. This. Oh wait, I got too many pictures here. This is some police brutality in the UK. Oh dang it! Hold on. All right, I'm gonna have to delete some pictures. I know I'm struggling with this technology. This some police. Oh no, that's the wrong one too. Let me get rid of that one. Okay, here we go. This is some police brutality in the UK. That's what it looks like. They got. I guess they still call them bobbies. I don't know if they still call them bobbies, but Bobby got his Bobby Club, Billy Club. He's about to clock somebody, which is not funny, and it's not funny, but you know he hits the guy and he'll live to fight another day. So I prefer that. Unfortunately, it's not the world we live in. So I don't have a whole lot of issues with Sessions talking about that. But the other thing he was talking about was civil asset forfeiture. I got issues here. I have some issues with civil asset forfeiture. Mainly because of this. Mainly because in 2014, actually somewhere around 2013, civil asset forfeitures overtook burglary. I'm going to say that one more time, a little slow, for some of my brothers and sisters who don't understand my accent, because I go into this little accent every now and then I go into my southern accent because it's fun. Civil asset forfeitures overtook burglary. So what is that, if those of y'all who don't know what I'm talking about? So civil asset forfeiture is when they arrest you for selling drugs or doing something you're not supposed to be doing, that they say you're not supposed to be doing, and they can take your car, they can take your house, they can take your money, they can take your jewelry, they can take anything that they feel was acquired or being used in whatever you're doing. So in general, I'm completely against that. Why? For the first obvious reason. Americans don't need anybody else stealing anything else from them. Like, at some point in time, we gotta say enough is enough. Like, how much more can you take from an American? This country's about to pop. You know, when you look at everybody that's in survival mode coming up, they don't have enough to put bread on the table and juice and take care of the kids and buy diapers, and they're working 2 and 3 jobs and they're struggling, and they pop, and the next thing you know, they go down to the post office and kill everybody. Like, who else can rob us? So we got the robbers robbing us. We got the federal government robbing us. We got Uncle Sam robbing us. You know, the police going to rob us. Who is there anybody left? Are there any other industries? Then we got the associations and the townships. Is there anybody left that's just not robbing, taking money out of our pockets? I don't know. So I guess he's big and hot and popping on civil asset forfeiture, and I guess somebody's cheering it somewhere. So what they do sometimes, they'll go and they take your vehicle, and I think there's one county does this, and they'll show it off and they'll put the little sticker on the back of it. They took your truck. And to me, I guess it kind of resembles a gang, right? Like, I think we do things with our police that we shouldn't be doing. We shouldn't be doing this type of stuff. We shouldn't. Because if you want to make the debate that, you know, you've got the triads and the Crips and the Bloods and all the gangs and the mafia, and the police is a gang too. In terms of like psychology, you're right, because in hordes we have horde mentalities. We do those things, and but when you give it an extra incentive to take more from Americans or more from people who are criminals, and if they're proven innocent, in many cases I found out, they don't give it back. So you lose your stuff, and it's like, hey, oh dang it, we sorry that we took that, but you know, it's already ours, and they keep it. And it boggles my mind. Why do you think it's going to be a good thing to send officers after people who have things to take those things? Yeah. So, and then it's crazy on the Trump voter side. My Trump voting friends. It's kind of crazy. because some of them get upset. Yeah, again, they'll say, well, the police need all of this stuff because they're going to defend us from the globalists. And I'm just sitting here thinking, what globalists have? They got Predator drones. They got real tanks. The police aren't going to defend us. Like, just for a minute, because I can entertain that. I can entertain what if we really are in a place of total collapse and the Soviet Union somehow is going to get here, and the police, they can't defend us. That's not going to. So, and then there's a debate about Sessions. I guess it was 3 weeks ago. Some of the Trump guys were upset because they wanted Sessions out because of the whole. They say he works for the deep state now because he was protecting Hillary by redacting some stuff and some papers, some talking points or something. I don't know. I don't know what to do with Sessions. I personally still feel that he's oh, you can't read the print. I'm sorry, let me make it bigger. I feel that he's a dangerous man because he has this, and to be fair, to be fair, he has these ideas that Clinton had, right? That Reagan had, that it's smart to be tough on crime, that we can arrest our way out of problems, and we can't. And my number one issue with it is simply this. We need our police back. Like, we need them back. We don't need to give them another reason to be against citizens. We need to repair that relationship. And none of this is going to help do that. So I'm against that. And when you really think about it, it really is, it's not glorifying, to look and say, okay, well, he took this or they took this from an American who's got bills to pay and mouths to feed. You can say, oh, well, he was a drug dealer. That conversation, that argument's lost on me because I used to work for some drug dealers. We called them the pharmaceutical industry, but I call them drug dealers. And, they're the whole ones behind the whole opioid crisis and all this. So, the idea, I was in a good conversation today. And, okay, so it was a brother, he makes his own wine, right? He was making his own wine and he wants to sell it to me. But no, he wants to give me some. And so I kind of laugh and I call it moonshine or whatever. But, it's illegal to do that. Like, it's a controlled alcohol. You got to have a license and all that. We're in a dry state, blah, 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 blah. But he can't do that. And why can't you do that? You can't because you got to have a license to do it. Why? Because the politicians' buddies who have liquor companies got them to write legislation so that you can't compete with them. Like, that's what a lot of these laws are for. They're so you can't compete. They're designed to keep you in survival mode. So to me, the drug thing is the same thing. I don't care about that. Like, that's not significant information. I have no interest in keeping you from doing what you know how to do. And before you start to think, oh, he's rubbing his nose. No. Listen, I have never in my life done any drugs. Ever. Even in college, if I tried something, I didn't inhale nothing. So here's the point. I have no interest in drugs. I don't even like pharmaceutical drugs. You know the last time I took a Tylenol or an Advil or, I don't know, cough medicine was over 10 years ago. All right. I'm against the whole concept of all drugs. But that's me and that's my body. That has nothing to do with you and your body or how you want to make money. So if someone's out there selling drugs and, that's your thing, you want to go up against these dudes, that's up to you. But I do stand up for the fact that that's not your money. That's their money. They earn that money. You can't take that money. If you caught them, So I'm against the whole concept. I think that when you take away a free people's rights to be free and you force them into survival mode, then they will do whatever they need to survive, whether it's making wine, making beer, or selling drugs, or growing them, right? Because really these are herbs, and so if they want to grow them, and things would be so much easier if we lived in a population of empowered people who could actually manage their painkillers and manage their indulgences in these things. And we know if you let people do it, they learn how to manage it. You don't have to worry about enforcing it or trying to arrest your way out of it. So I'm against all of that other stuff. So it was a long speech, and kind of like some of my talks. I'm sorry. I was off running my mouth. I didn't take a look at the comment room, and I do read all the comments. If I don't read it here, I'll read it later, and I respond to everything. And I'll give you a thumbs up, or I don't think I've given anybody an angry face. But so Sister Jean said their constant attempt to keep people in fear. Oh yeah, because there's some scary stuff. You look at what's behind them. Behind these pictures, these brothers ain't playing. Like, this is like Afghanistan, Iraq on some crack with some Colombia dipped in it. When you got people with massive firearms, you don't want to be around them. Like, you just want to go home unless they're family or neighbors or something. But if you don't know them, and so it is, they want to keep everybody in fear. All right, so we're gonna keep going. I don't want to spend too much time with him. A couple other things on that though is I gotta go to my notes. And so I guess Trump's not firing Sessions. I guess he's gonna keep him. So they kissed and made up or whatever, and that is what it is. All right. So Posse Comitatus. Let's talk about Posse Comitatus. So why is all of this a bad idea? Well, because you don't want a military force policing your citizens. And so the whole point behind Posse Comitatus, the Posse Comitatus Act, was that the military cannot be used to police citizens. And this came about after the Civil War. And so, mind you, these are police. However, they have military equipment and they have military training, but they're still police, but they're not military. And I don't see how that doesn't void Posse Comitatus, and all types of debates about why the Posse Comitatus Act was a bad idea. If you talk about the mafia and drug dealers and the weaponry that they have, we still shouldn't be doing this. But this is where we are. So, and if you think I'm coming down on Sessions or Trump, I'm not, because all we're doing is we're filling the prisons that Obama made anyway, more prisons than elementary schools. So, once again, everybody's working together. Everybody's washing each other's booties or whatever they do, scratching each other's backs. I don't know. So, and I'm in that one on, so Narcos season 3 is out. So you should watch that, because these dudes, all they're doing is they're going to go get and shut down the CIA's supply chains. That's what we're going to try to, but that never works. So moving right along. Hey, look where I am. I'm with the people, I'm partying. Do y'all know who's behind me? Do y'all know who this hero of the world is? That's Christopher Columbus. So, some damn is what's wrong with the world. Some damn. How do I spell it? However you want to spell it. But some damn. So everything is about some damn. We every bad thing. So that's Christopher Columbus back there. And we seem to like this idea of going to other people's land and killing them and taking what they have. And that's what we do a lot of. Nowadays in modern society, mostly we call it home invasion. As an example, it's kind of like your neighbor's in his backyard digging in his garden, and he digs into a little mineral called coltan or something, right? And or he hits a little oil or something. And you see it through your window like, is that the Johnsons? Hey, baby, come here. The Johnsons, they got some coltan. There's some coltan in the backyard. And so you go in the garage and you get your hammers and everything. You go next door and you kill Miss Johnson. You start taking all their coltan. And this is basically what we do. We do home invasion. We do This was Christopher Columbus invading Native Americans and the whole genocide. And I'm not going to, I don't want to be jokey with that, because that's a horrible, horrible, horrible history. If you really take a moment and pay attention, to what we did to the Native Americans, why don't I talk about reparations? Uh-oh, my light just went out. Why don't I talk about reparations much? It's because the Native Americans, they had it bad. Oh my God, did they have it bad? They were deleted as a people. And so I gotta edit something here. So as a people, they were completely shut down, right? And after they went across the country and they killed everybody, they went and they decided it was a good idea to round up all the kids and put them in boarding schools. They would take them from ages 5 and they wouldn't give them back till they were 16. And they would retrain them. They would force them into American society. They would force them out of their culture. And so if you take a kid between the age of 5 and you don't give them back to 16, you can make them whatever you want. And that's what they did. And so, we're in Afghanistan for some damn poppies. We're in Iraq for some damn oil. We're going to Venezuela for some damn coltan. We're in the Congo for some damn coltan. Some people are speculating we went to Vietnam for some damn rubber. I think if you look at a war, whatever industries boom after the war happens, I have a theory that that's probably why we went there in the first place. Somebody had something that they wanted, and they went, in Iraq, they said we went there for some damn Sumerian alien technology even, but it's some damn. Everything is some damn. They went to Africa and got the African slaves because they needed some damn cotton. Some damn. And what is some damn? Some damn to me, it's just money. It's just greed and money. You see something that you want to take and you decide that, you know what, there's some pagans over there. They don't need that. We're going to go kill them. And that's what these are the Yanomami people. They're down in Venezuela. And of course, it's easy enough to kill people who don't have guns. And so they've been slowly killing them off. Why? Because they have land that's great for, growing the rubber trees. And I'm sure Chiquita Banana got some bananas they want to grow down there. And so they buy the politicians, and it's easy to go down there and kill off the indigenous. And so this is a tribe that's truly threatened because American companies are going down there and taking up the land because it's real easy to kill people and take their land. Which brings up some of the topics that's going on in Okinawa right now, right? So in Okinawa, they want to close down the bases because apparently a side effect of war is like crazy things. Like apparently war, people get hurt, they get killed. And in every war, somebody takes body parts. You know what the Native Americans, one thing that they used to do is they used to cut their heads off. There was a whole industry of scalping where they would take their scalps and their heads and they would sell them. And it was literally an industry of sending people out there to kill Native Americans. And anyway, they did the same thing in Vietnam. In terms of like raping women, it's just a common basic thing. Apparently Okinawa is full of bases. I think I forgot how many bases are over there, but now there's all types of protests about all the things the troops are getting into. And makes perfect sense. Since the beginning of time, this is what soldiers do. This is what war is. This is what the outcomes of it will be. And so they want to close the bases. They want America out. And Okinawa, if you don't remember, they're like the Columbia of the Pacific, right? Like this is the path into Vietnam, and this is our route into the Pacific, our staging area to go and kill a bunch of people and take more resources. Well, it's the same thing with Colombia being the path to South America. So some damn. So like every war is always about some damn something. Somebody wants to go in and take something from somebody else who can't defend themselves, and it's a ridiculous concept that home invasion is a good idea. That we should go and rob and kill people and take what we can take simply because we can. And this is the contradiction to me in terms of our government, in that if they do it on a regular daily basis, why in the world are you putting people in prison when Americans do it? They're just reflecting what their government does. And then the other question is, why in the hell people vote for this nonsense? So this is kind of where we are as a people. I guess this is smart to vote for. I guess this is what we want. Here's a good sign I liked. So home invasion is good, right, when the government does it. But if you do it, they'll put you in prison. So if we don't like the idea of killing off people, taking their lands, corporations taking over things, starting wars, maybe perhaps we should stop voting for these people. I don't know. Sounds like a crazy concept, but maybe we should stop. So it's pretty much what I got for tonight. I don't know where this is going. I have no idea. I have no idea what in the world we're thinking, why we think that this is going to be a good idea of continuing to cheer and clap for people that are constantly starting new wars, lying about why we start them, because it seems like a decade after all these wars go, we always find out it was never about what they said it was about. But every time someone wants to go do something, people start cheering like it is a good idea. And I don't know. I kind of think that we're on the wrong path. And I think we shouldn't be cheering for these people. And I kind of think murdering kids is a really bad idea. But that's just my perspective. That's all I have for this evening. I think that if we don't learn to put ourselves in the shoes of other people, we're not going to be here much longer. So, I agree with you, Brother Barry. We shouldn't have borders. We shouldn't have any national borders. I'm against the whole, anything that you do to get to group people up, it tends to just be an excuse and a reason to take something from somebody else. And so if we don't get to a human being concept and get away from these ideas to group up, we're not going to make it. There's only been one significant fight in the history of the human race, and that's always been the haves versus the have-nots. And if we don't get to a place where we can't stand up with human beings across the planet, if we can't, as Americans, put ourselves in their shoes and process that it's a bad idea to go around doing the things that we are, if we can't find that empathy and we keep voting for these political parties, which all they can do seems to be is kill people and take their stuff, and they do that by promising us shiny stuff in here, shiny stuff. One day the world's going to get sick of us. And when they do, I don't think we're going to like what's going to happen much. So I hear you, Buddha, and it's all under this idea that they're keeping us safe from terrorists. I don't know any Americans anymore who don't realize we are the terrorists. And if we don't realize that a side effect of killing people and killing their families and taking their resources and their industries. If we can't get to a point where we realize that that's a bad idea, whatever happens to us, we deserve. And I mean that in a really unsmiling way. Whatever happens to us, we end up deserving, because what we do to other people is completely unacceptable. That's what I'm talking about for tonight. Y'all have a good